Welcome to Beyond the Road, the ATS podcast. I'm Jaron. I'm the recruiting manager here at ATS. And who am I joined by today?
Dang, it's the first time doing something like this. You got to bear with me. But my name is Omar. I've been here for like a year and a half. Hoping to dive into that. I appreciate you having me today.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've been here about a year and a half. What do you do for ATS?
Flatbed driver, locally known as the specialized. Yeah, specialized. So
I'm assuming you came in hauling legal freight and stuff like that. So how has your career gone in the last year and a half? What do you kind of stuff are you hauling today?
the major difference is the different types of freight that they offer you to haul for them. So like it can be anything from a legal load to an oversized load. So it's many different things, like you always get the opportunity to haul something special or something different. Like
What class are you right now?
Class 3. I just
Class
got
3,
that.
nice.
It's not something that I'm rushing into as far as like classing up and stuff like that, because I know a lot of people like really try to, but the opportunity is there if you want it though, so I can say that.
Yeah, that's awesome. What are you hoping for long term? Are you trying to do heavy haul?
Nah.
No?
I understand that a lot of people may or may not want to, but for me, it's not something that I'm rushing into. Like probably later on down the line or something like that, I'll try to consider something like that. But for now, it's just mainly just taking it one day at a time and then seeing what it leads to.
I think it's a smart way to do it. You
Yeah.
know, like you said, a lot of people just go, well, no, that's what I want to do today because that's where the money's at, whatever it happens to be. And it's good that you're thinking about it like, hey, let's just make sure I'm comfortable before we move on and don't rush things, because last thing you want is you run into a bridge or something like that because you're forgetting.
Like, that's very much true. Like that's probably like one of my main focal points is,
Nice. Well, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. I don't normally wear this kind of stuff to work, but it's a big Vikings game today. So, Skull, how about you? What do you think about football?
I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So,
Gotcha. So we're familiar here in Minnesota with your quarterback now, Aaron Rodgers. He did a lot of damage to the Vikings over the years.
Yeah. They actually, Pittsburgh played Green Bay this Sunday. So, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That must be why I read they're wearing their throwbacks this weekend. Pittsburgh is,
it's gonna be
so that must
quite
be why.
the storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? How's it going to go down?
I don't know, sometimes those games can be either good or bad, based on like a player that probably played. I don't know how long. I know it was like at least a decade that he was out there in Green Bay, so ain't no telling how that's gonna go. Like it
sure.
can be good or bad. So
And it's in Green Bay?
I have to look at the schedule probably after this and check into it. But yeah,
He could have a big game, really. It's at what? Steelers.
Okay.
All
So,
right.
yeah.
Producer says it's at the Steelers. So I got to ask, I know a little bit about you because I do some research beforehand. You're not from Pennsylvania. At least that's not where you live today.
Nah.
Why Steelers?
Not gonna lie to you. Probably when I was in middle school, when they won the Super Bowl against Arizona Cardinals, and that's I've been a fan since then.
It's kind of cool when you can, I don't know how much you want to get into details on where you're from, but where you're from, there is no professional football team.
Like from Alabama, all we have is college football. And once that goes away, like as far as like professional sports, is like the neighboring states that people are probably fans of, like the Falcons or the New Orleans Saints, or like I don't know about people being fans of the Tennessee Titans. So
it's because they're bad all the time.
Yeah, so like like college football is like a major sport in Alabama.
Nice. So are you a Crimson Tide fan?
Yeah, most definitely. Like most definitely.
Hook 'em horns.
I ain't got time for that.
That's one of those where it's random for me. I'm born and raised in central Minnesota, but for some reason I decided I'm a Longhorns fan.
For real?
A long time ago.
Okay.
So it was fun at first. I was a fan before they won in 2005. So it was fun at first. Then it's not been so fun for a little while.
True. But I mean the way that direction that college football is going in now is going to be way more competitive than what it used to be, because usually the SEC dominates, but now like the way that they have it as far as like with the rankings and stuff like that, then you have the NIL deals that teams get to compete for those top players and stuff like that. So like
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
The schools with all the money, though, could pull away, too. You never know. But, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, we work for a trucking company, so we should probably talk a little bit trucking.
Yeah.
How are things going for you out there?
It's pretty decent. Like the main focus is just like staying consistent, like constantly moving and things of that nature. So like from that perspective, like I haven't really had any speed bumps as far as like waiting for a load or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're always planning ahead as far as like if I drop off tomorrow, then I'll be able to pick up something and then be able to drive over the weekend. So I really haven't hit like a speed bump because like going into the winter months is usually like it'll slow down and stuff like that. So I don't know, like just got to wait until it continues to get cold and see where it leads to. But it's been good as far as freight goes.
Yeah, I mean, so this is being recorded in Minnesota. It's a little chilly here today. I can tell you're prepared for it.
Gots to be, because I'm not used to it from down south. So I have to, because I always probably be out on the road for like a month and a half or 2 months sometimes. Okay. So I pretty much keep all of my clothes right there with me, no matter if it's just
Smart.
like, shorts, pants, jackets. Like I have plenty of jackets and stuff. So yeah, and it does get cold. That's what I'm trying to get from up here now. Like, yeah.
What? So that sounds like a tip, right? Hey, if you're a driver and you're going to be out on the road for a little while, just have a lot of clothes packed. You never know how the weather's going to change. What other kind of tips do you have?
Mainly just planning ahead, because when you think about it, like something like water, like dry foods and stuff like that,
sure.
Fuel, I forget the name of it. It's the little gel that you put inside the fuel tank so that the diesel won't freeze over and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Especially if you work for a good company that's big on maintenance and stuff like that. If you have a small problem that can be fixed going into winter months, like that's a main thing as well, because trust me, you don't want to be stuck out there when it's cold. Like,
no, you don't.
Yeah.
Even those of us from Minnesota don't want to be stuck out there when it's cold trying to fix a broken down truck.
It can go from good to bad in just a second. So yeah,
it's anti-gelling stuff, but I am blanking on the word too. I cannot think of it.
Because the first time I ever had to use it was when I came to work out here, because like I know the ATS is big on not letting drivers drive through the snow, but you still in states where it gets so cold that that diesel can gel up like that. So
exactly,
yeah,
I know in your case, right? Let's say you're coming from the home area and you're heading up this way. Don't fuel up until you have to, right? Because the fuel is going to be better suited for this kind of weather up here than it is down there. So another thing too is if you're heading in the direction of cold, don't fuel up before you get out of the warm climates. Fuel up once you get to the cold ones too. So. Yeah. What else would you tell, maybe a driver getting into it that has never maybe driven in the winter before?
I mean, like the main thing is, especially like with winter conditions, dealing with especially I want to say like the roads. Like the roads are way different, because it's like ice and stuff like that that can determine like the way that you travel based on like if you're driving too fast, it can cause accidents, or slow down, like trip plan. They have like a lot of states have websites that you can go on and look at, like what's the temperature gonna be like here, or if the interstate is shut down, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So it's a lot of trip planning that takes into to account when you're driving in the winter weather. Like that's one of the main things, like, because especially if you're driving through like a state like Colorado or something like that,
for sure,
it can really get pretty bad. Colorado, Utah, especially Wyoming. Like, because you're dealing with snow and wind, so like that can be pretty scary. But it's mainly just taking it one day at a time. Like that's the main focal point. Try not to rush it so much.
So in your case too, you do our flatbed freight, like you mentioned earlier, specialized. So that means you're securing freight and stuff like that out in the elements too. What do you do to stay warm and do it right?
I know a lot of drivers probably try to rush to get up out of the cold, but if you have, I know ATS is a pretty understandable company when it comes to winter, like dealing with the winter and stuff like that, because like one of my dispatchers was like that, like especially like even with the rain, but when it comes to in the weather, I meant the winter, but just take your time. If you feel like you're getting too cold, hop back in the truck, try to warm yourself up, and then if you feel like you can get back out there and take care of it, then do it that way. But as far as just like, I'm just gonna rush and try to secure it the best way I can so I can get moving, you can make a mistake that way. Like a very big mistake can be made that way, and that's something that
getting the freight there on time in the winter, if it means you're gonna risk that you're gonna damage the freight or get in an accident or hurt yourself in the process or something, it's not worth it.
No,
it's
not at all. Like most definitely not. Like I can
You sound like you got some horror stories from things you've seen out there.
I have, because you'll be driving down the interstate during the winter times and you'll just see trucks that then slid off into a ditch or something like that, or like you'll actually witness it as it's happening, and you be like, dang, like I hope that don't happen to me, you know what I'm saying? But the main thing is if you don't feel comfortable with dealing with something like that, and just pull over to like a safe area so that you can, you know, like better assess the situation and try, you know what I'm saying, like either later on in the day or when, you know, when it clears up so that you feel more comfortable in driving in it. So
have you ever had your driver manager tell you to pull over before you decided you wanted to yourself, just because of what they were seeing out there? I've heard stories of that here.
Not in the winter. But
Sure.
Probably like tornado season or something like that. When they issue those warnings, like I done had got a phone call, whether it's from safety or a driver manager calling, saying that we have a storm in your area, so like it'll be best for you to go on and pull over.
Sure.
And then sometimes like you probably be already pulled over and they still calling even though they don't sent out that warning.
Yep.
So like that is a good thing because you can depend on it because they'll always send you a warning letting you know like, hey, it's a storm coming, or like you have a severe thunderstorm in your area, stuff like that. It really goes a long way depending on something like that.
What can those of us that aren't driving truck, you know, four-wheelers as you guys call us, what can we do to help you be safer?
It's a long list. Like, I mean, it's not only the I wouldn't, because you know a lot of professional drivers, they probably put the blame on four-wheel drivers, but it's not only just the four-wheel drivers, it's also other truck drivers that don't take into account the safety as well. But mainly four-wheel drivers, the main thing is like understanding, say for instance, like you're finna get off an exit that's 2 miles down the road. There's no reason for you to rush in front of me and slow down to take that exit when you could have just got behind me and just stayed, you know, where you were, because they don't understand the technology of a truck.
Right.
Certain trucks are going to react way faster than I can, so it's going to snatch on the brakes and it's going to cause for like the load to shift.
Sure.
And my self-awareness is a lot of the stuff that we haul is pretty heavy. So, you know, the straps or chains, it can only take so much, you know, pressure. So when they just come and hop in front of you like that, that load can shift towards the front of that cab and it can cause like major damage, you know, and a lot of people don't take that into account. And then when you're trying to get over, they're not even paying attention to you. They like, well, he can wait until I pass him, but the police may be a state trooper or something like that, may pull somebody over, and then them not knowing that it can make you look as if you just don't care about the simple fact that, you know, the state trooper over there done pull somebody over, and the whole time you're actually trying to get over. But it's a lot, you know. Yeah. It's a two-way street. It's not just one-sided. So like,
it's nice to hear you see it that way. I definitely think more of the blame can fall on the four-wheelers, just because you're right. They don't understand what it is like behind the wheel of a truck and stuff too. I think about it when you guys are kind of stuck in the left lane, the fast lane, if you will, and you're trying to get over, but everybody's going around you on the right, and it's like, just let him get over first.
Yeah, and it's so easy to get stuck in that left lane to the point where they feel as if you're trying to be, you know, like a donkey or whatever you want to call it, you know. But at the same time, you're probably in a situation where you're trying to bypass a truck, but this truck all of a sudden speeds up, and the cars that's behind you don't know that. So all of a sudden they're trying to pass you on the right side, and you're trying to get over, but they're constantly passing you until somebody with enough sense just says, I'm gonna let them get over, and then I can go on about my business. But
it's funny how even me, the difference in how I drive around big trucks now since I started working here, right? Yeah. It's the things you don't realize, the little things. And then we get to talk to drivers like you, and you hear the challenges you guys face, and it's like, oh, yeah, I probably shouldn't drive like that around them or something like that. So it's funny how much better of a driver I've become since I started working here.
Truth be told, I didn't have a clear understanding of that until I started driving. And I've been driving going on December, I make 4 years.
Okay.
So I had a whole different understanding when I started driving trucks, as far as like being more courteous and being more understandable, like having a better understanding of what's going on inside of that truck. And it's not easy driving a truck, you know, like it's really not easy. A lot of like the road path, like the journey to being a truck driver, it may seem easy, but once you get on the road and start dealing with other types of drivers and stuff like that, it's a totally different idea of what it is that you thought it was gonna be. So
especially doing it safely.
Yeah, because man, it be times like it be times. I ain't gonna tell you. Yeah, that's all I can say.
Until you're holding back.
Yeah, it's like the main thing I do. I just pull over, just give it a break. You know, like just pull over to the side, like either a rest area or a truck stop. Just walk inside the truck stop, come back out, and then just let that flow of traffic get on up the interstate, and then hop back on there because it can get bad pretty quick.
You weren't necessarily talking about the mental element of being a truck driver. No, that was kind of just, hey, things seem kind of crazy out here right now. Let me pull over and let the traffic and stuff get through. But what about the mental element too? You know,
it's frustrating. It's frustrating, but it to me it comes with the territory of the job. So you have to take that into accountability. But the main thing is figuring out ways to not let it get the very best of you. Like for instance, like I said, just pull over and take a break. Even if you already took your 30-minute break, and you're very frustrated, like whether it's the traffic, the weather, just things aren't going as planned. Like just try to take a deep breath, probably pull over or something like that. Whatever works for you. Long as it's not gonna cause any harm to anybody around you, anything like that, whatever works best and like safely as possible, like try to do something like that, because I know that it gets stressful. Like it really does get stressful, and you have to find ways to not let that stress get the best of you.
Yeah, I mean, because if you're driving stressed, frustrated, whatever, you're probably gonna make decisions you wouldn't normally make.
Yeah, especially because I know it does it in traffic jams. Construction may be frustrating. It's a lot of things that can be frustrating that you probably, when you first start, you probably it ain't that bad, but later on down the line you'll start to notice it.
What would you tell somebody that maybe isn't in the industry yet, thinking about getting in it and wanting to be a truck driver? What would you tell them? What kind of advice would you give?
I would say take it one day at a time. No question is a dumb question, and never be afraid to ask, whether if it's flatbed, drive-in, reefer, even if it's not a driver that's working for the same company, you probably go to like a shipper or a receiver or something like that and ask them, like, how would you want it to be secured and stuff like that. And just mainly take your time, because I understand a lot of people have goals when they think about becoming a truck driver, but at the same time, those goals don't happen overnight. So it's best to be patient when it comes to something like that. That's the main focal point, because we all have like achievements that we want to reach and stuff like that, but at the same time, you have to be patient. Like,
I'm glad you brought up too, even asking other drivers and stuff like that maybe don't even work for the same company. That's what's actually really cool about this industry. Even in my seat as somebody who runs a driver recruiting department, other people who do the same thing for other carriers, yes, we're all competing against each other, but we do want to help each other do things that are going to benefit the industry as a whole, make your job as a truck driver better, all that kind of stuff. And so it's good to hear that, even out on the road and stuff, you guys want to help each other out, even though you're competing for the same freight probably.
Yeah, it works out in your favor, because like, you may come across somebody that doesn't want to help you. I rarely come across something like that, but anytime I done asked a question when it comes to securing those loads, they'll pretty much give you the best answer that they possibly can give you, even if it's like another truck driver or even the person that's loading you, based on like asking those simple questions. It can take you a long way, and trust me, it'll work in your favor if you do that.
Yeah, that's what's cool. It's a big industry, but it's a small industry at the same time. Everybody's here to help each other out.
True enough.
Cool. Anything else you want to talk about?
Nothing that I can think of as far as right now, because this is my first time doing something like this. So as far as just having something that I want to talk about like right off the bat of my head, I really can't think of it right now. So
you're killing it. You're doing great. So
I ain't expect for it to be that, like, because usually when it's something that you're like you're curious about, because I always thought about doing something like this, but not on this particular type of level and stuff like that. I always imagined doing it, but when the opportunity presented itself, I was kind of curious or nervous about it, wondering how it would go, but it does feel as if it went way better than I possibly could imagine.
Cool.
Like, trust me.
Cool.
Like, truth be told.
So, who do you think's gonna be in the Super Bowl this year?
I honestly don't have any clue because I feel as if it's too early in the season, but I'm hoping that Pittsburgh makes it. Truth be told.
You know, it's funny how different the predictions at the beginning of the season were. You know, the teams you typically expect to be in the mix are not, and then some of the teams that you would never have thought to be in the mix are kind of leading their divisions and stuff. It's kind of crazy.
I think that adds excitement to the game, though, because the ones that you didn't expect, you know, that's just like who is it? Wasn't that Indiana and OKC in the finals?
Oh,
I didn't expect for Indiana to go that far.
Like, yeah, we were hoping our Timberwolves would be in it, but they weren't.
Got a pretty good team though.
Yeah, they're getting some people into it. So basketball isn't the main sport of interest in this state. The Vikings are absolutely the number one favorite team in this state. But
for real,
Minnesota Vikings are the team everybody loves in this state. And then we're a hockey state. Mm-hmm. People like the Wild, but that's kind of where you start the Minnesota Wild, the Timberwolves. You know, are you a basketball person? Are you a hockey person? You know, which team are you pulling for? That's where it changes a little bit.
I've never been to a hockey game.
Oh, you gotta go.
I be seeing the like the highlights on the internet and stuff like that. I wonder what that experience is like.
It's that hockey is absolutely one of those sports where going in person is a completely different experience than watching it on TV. As a huge hockey fan, I'll do either of them. I watch almost all the Wild games on TV, but going in person is so much better than watching on TV. Where like I actually kind of like watching football on TV better than I do like going. I'll go to a game any day, but like I'd rather probably watch it on TV.
Okay.
And where hockey being there is just it's totally different.
Okay.
But yeah, so definitely recommend for you. It's probably the Predators that are the closest team. So
where is it?
Nashville.
For real?
Yeah, it's right downtown Nashville, right off Broadway. So
okay.
Yeah, so that's probably the best one for you. Yeah, otherwise it's Atlanta used to have a team, but now they're in Winnipeg. So you probably nobody wants to go up there.
So, yeah.
What do you do in your free time?
Either playing a game or sometimes I probably catch an Uber or something like that if I'm in an area that's not too far away from the truck to be able to catch an Uber or something like that. I'll do that, but other than that, it's mainly on the truck. Like I probably go inside a truck stop or a driving lounge and sit around for a while, but that's not for too long.
Nice. What game? Or games?
Got an Xbox. It's a Series X, Battlefield. What else? 2K, Madden. I don't play NCAA like that. GTA. And some of the Call of Duty games, I probably play that for like an hour or two or something like that. I'm not as big as I was when before I started driving trucks.
So did you get the new Battlefield done?
Yeah, I got that.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's way better than, it's way better than a lot of people not gonna like it, but to me, it's way better than Warzone because it's more strategic than like the way that Warzone is. Like,
sure.
So I'm still getting into it as well because I haven't played it in a while. So yeah,
I got it too.
For real,
it's been fun. Yeah, but no, I haven't put it. You probably put more time in it than I have.
Nah, it's because it's more like a weekend thing, and I probably just bought it probably like 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
So like as far as playing it through the week, I wouldn't do that. I'd probably play like Madden through the week or something like that because like if. Like tonight, I probably watched some of the NFL game, and then like, I want to play the Madden. That'd be something like that. But like Battlefield would be something for like the weekend or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Play a little later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Omar, appreciate you joining us today. I know this was your first time. You killed it. You did great. And I'm glad to have you join us. And maybe we'll have to catch you again next time.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you for having me.
And if you want to add to the conversation, drop a comment or let us know what topics you want us to cover next. And if you're looking for more driver-specific tools or resources, check out our Learning Center on drive4ats.com. Thanks for watching. And as always, stay safe out there.